What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool transfer news video, because it looks like Milos Kerkez is signing a contract until 2030 with Liverpool soon. That's what Nicola Shira is reporting, because positive talks have been held between Milos Kerkez, his agent, and Liverpool. And also it looks like Milos Kerkez will be a Liverpool player for around 45 million euros, that's 40 million pounds. Liverpool are still negotiating the exact transfer fee and terms, but this transfer is very close to be completed, because David Ornstein also reported that meetings are expected between Bournemouth, Liverpool and Milos Kerkez representative this week. There is a very good chance that agreements are reached for the left back to transfer to Liverpool. Bournemouth want 45 million pounds, Liverpool want to pay 40 million, so they will meet somewhere in the middle, I think. And right now Milos Kerkez is on holiday, so that maybe a little bit slows down or delays this transfer. And we will talk about a lot of things like Florian Wirtz in this transfer video, Darwin Nunes, Luis Diaz, and Hugo Ekitike as well. So lots of brand new information for you guys, bringing you daily Liverpool transfer news videos. So if you enjoy these, make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you so much for 144,000 subscribers. Leave it down below. Which country are you watching from? I do this weekly, that I ask you guys which country are you watching from, and I absolutely love reading your comments. And also, how did you discover my channel? Some of the greatest stories have come from you guys commenting your stories about how you discovered me on YouTube. So Liverpool having verbal agreements with both Florian Wirtz, the player, and Milos Kerkez, of course, is quietly a significant step to prevent Liverpool fans stressing in a crazy way about these transfers. Because there is no real very big urgency to wrap things up quickly, unlike of course some rivals who are scrambling to reinforce their squads for the Club World Cup. Liverpool have the advantage of time, and they are using it wisely. What's particularly telling is how similar both situations are, because the fees are broadly accepted, but the final structure, especially the add-ons, the bonuses, and when they are getting paid out, they are still under negotiation. So it's also worth keeping in mind the financial calendar. July 1st marks the new accounting year, and some deals being delayed until after that date may be a strategic play to balance the books more favorably. The consistent confidence from those close to things is telling. So on Liverpool's end, people are confident, and on the players' end, the agent and the players are also confident that these deals will go through. I'm not sure about the financial year, because I heard other people say that the financial year starts from June the 1st, so it's already on the way. So different informations coming from different people. Let me know if you know the exact details. And also, Fabrizio reported that Bournemouth have already signed Milos Kerkez's replacement, because a deal have been agreed to sign Adrian Truffert. The deal in place with Rennes, as reported by the La Parisienne newspaper. The medical is going to follow next, so Bournemouth is having a new left back, and they already signed Soler, another left back from Argentina, in January. And then Kerkez will go to Liverpool. That's what Fabrizio is saying. So that's very encouraging. And also, according to David Lynch, who is a Liverpool-based journalist with very close ties to Liverpool FC, with very good sources inside Liverpool FC, he's saying that Bournemouth are still adamant on the 45 million pound transfer fee. So now it's all about how Liverpool want to get there with bonuses. This phrasing points to a familiar strategy from Liverpool's recruitment team, who often seek flexible payment structures and performance-related add-ons. That could mean a base fee closer to 35 million, with the rest made up in achievable targets. It's worth noting that Arne Slot set the tone with his first season. Winning the Premier League title is a huge achievement with virtually no new transfers. And yes, Andy Robertson is a popular figure, but Tsimikas is getting sold, and Kerkez, who is known for his energy, for his athleticism, sorry about my voice crack, and his positional awareness, he could thrive under Arne Slot's aggressive, possession-based system. And I'm so excited for this transfer, not just because Milos Kerkez is Hungarian, but also because he's exactly a Liverpool type player who is absolutely a workhorse. He has crazy high work rate and great dribbling ability as well, and he's great offensively and defensively is pretty good as well. David Lynch noted that even though Liverpool are believed to be leading the chase, I'm sure we will see movement on this transfer soon. So it's not a question of if, but when Liverpool agree a transfer fee for Milos Kerkez. And in Kerkez, Liverpool see a long-term solution for the left-back position because Kerkez is only 21 years old. I think I heard that he's actually younger than Conor Bradley, which is absolutely insane. That blows my mind. And because Kerkez only wants Liverpool, I think a compromise will be found with Bournemouth. They also want to sell the player because it's not worth keeping Kerkez around and him being very unhappy. And the groundwork that Liverpool laid down with Kerkez mirrors other past successful transfer pursuits. And that's just what I was told a couple of days ago. David Lynch said, at that point some of the reports were getting slightly ahead of themselves, but him leaving international the squad of Hungary suggests that things are moving along, and maybe Kerkez going on holiday while the transfer is sorted out between the clubs indicates that after that he will be ready to fly in for a medical and then start training with Liverpool. But we need patience, of course. And I also want to show you how Liverpool fans reacted to this news that Bournemouth is signing a new left back. Kerkez will be wearing that Liverpool red, bombing down the left side, causing chaos for Premier League defenses everywhere. Curious how Kerkez will split his time with Andy Robertson. I think because Kerkez is already Premier League proven, he will be straight into the team, and of course that depends on how quickly he adapts to Arne Slot's playing style and tactical instructions. I can see Frimpong maybe taking a little longer to acclimatize, and it could take a while to get into the team ahead of Conor Bradley, similar to when Fabinho and Robertson signed for Liverpool. But yeah, the most likely scenario is gradually Kerkez will become Liverpool's first choice left back, and maybe Robertson will leave on a free transfer because so far he hasn't signed a new contract. He has 1 year left on his contract. And the mini transfer window closes on Tuesday night before the Club World Cup, and then it reopens like a few days after. But all the window closing does is mean we can't register the players. We can still sign them, and the season doesn't start in a week, so it doesn't matter if we can't register them for like a week because Liverpool aren't in the Club World Cup. And I'm so happy that Liverpool aren't in it because Chelsea and Man City are in it, and it will absolutely wreck their season. The players will get no rest. And Chelsea and City got into the Club World Cup because they both won the Champions League in the last 4 years. And also per country, only 2 clubs allowed to take part. Thank goodness, because I would hate it if Liverpool were in this meaningless competition, because it's the last thing that we need. I also want to address the frustration that us Liverpool fans have with these transfers getting a little bit dragged on. If you look at it sensibly, it has moved at the regular pace. Wirtz has gone on international duty, and there was a week lost there to be in full contact with him. I know his side can sort it out, but there is no rush because both Wirtz and Kerkez want to sign for Liverpool. So why should we distract Wirtz in what he believed to be important games? And yeah, I get it. It's very, very frustrating. I agree with all the Liverpool fans. And if Fabrizio Romano and others didn't force the close and here we go soon nonsense, fans wouldn't be this angry on the situation maybe. But our journalists, the Liverpool journalists, have controlled it well. But at the same time, they have been days behind. So it gets frustrating again because the process is slow basically. But I also get too excited about these transfers. And that's why I post every day that I'm so happy that we are so close to signing these players. We just need to be a little bit patient. But I also like to inform you guys about the latest, newest update every day, newest updates, because you guys like to be in the loop. And also, the football transfer world is a fascinating world with so many interesting stories. And also we find out every week new things about how these transfers are working and how Liverpool Football Club are working is one of the best in the world. So I think it's a great that you guys are enjoying these information-packed videos, because I also like learning about how the transfer world works, and especially how Liverpool Football Club are acting in this crazy madness of the transfer window. And yeah, I think we can be happy that Liverpool don't take part in the Club World Cup. And now let's talk about Darwin Nunes, because Nico Schira, a journalist, is reporting that Darwin Nunes has turned down Al Hilal's approaches. He's ready to leave Liverpool, but Liverpool ask at least £55 million to sell him. That's around 55 million euros to sell him. That's around 47 million pounds. And Nunes' priority right now is to stay in Europe, but Al Hilal remain among the clubs who are interested in Darwin Nunes after Victor Osimhen rejected the crazy £25 million a year offer from Al Hilal, because probably Osimhen also wants to stay in Europe and play in Europe. That's what Simon Jones reported in the Mail newspaper. And Chelsea so far hasn't agreed a transfer fee for Hugo Ekitike, because Frankfurt are asking for crazy money like 85 million pounds. If Darwin Nunes leaves and Frankfurt budge on their price slightly, then you can see Liverpool going for Ekitike. If you are looking at the striker market, it doesn't look particularly good. So yeah, the bottom line is there are not many options for Liverpool when it comes to getting a quality striker who is good enough to play for Liverpool. Ishak would be the dream signing, but Newcastle are not selling him, especially after they got into the Champions League. So yeah, not many other options. And you also could make an argument that Liverpool need a facilitator in the number 9 position. That will become less of a necessity if Liverpool will play with Wirtz as a false 9. Maybe that's why Liverpool are not forcing a certain striker until the Wirtz transfer is confirmed, and then Liverpool can start selling players as well, like Darwin Nunes, Tsimikas, Harvey Elliott, and others. And then Liverpool see how much money they can generate from player sales, and then we can attack the transfer market once again. Also, Mundo Deportivo, a Spanish news outlet, is reporting that Barcelona will go all out for the signing of Luis Diaz. Already, Liverpool rejected one Barcelona offer, but if they come back with like a 75 million pound offer, then Liverpool will listen to those offers and they will listen to Luis Diaz, because he probably wants to play for Barcelona if they can make it work financially, but Liverpool won't sell him on the cheap. And Alisson Becker, one of the greatest, if not the greatest goalkeepers to ever play for Liverpool, alongside Ray Clemence. I consider Alisson as one of the biggest legends when it comes to goalkeepers in Liverpool's history. And he gave a great interview. He said, "I've achieved some personal merits in my career, but I believe my greatest merit was choosing Liverpool, choosing to go to Liverpool. It wasn't just a choice based on finances. It wasn't just a question of, I want to play in the Premier League. It was a very professional choice. I wanted to go to a stable club, a very well organized club with a great coach in Klopp, and I think that was also part of why this is working out for me individually in my career." And Alisson also said that he has 1 year left on his contract and the club is able to trigger another additional year, so Alisson could still stay at Liverpool for another 2 years, and after that he will probably go to Saudi Arabia in a semi-retirement move where he can basically fund his family for generations. That's how crazy money they are giving out in Saudi Arabia. And also Stefan Borsen commented on Liverpool agreeing a transfer for Trent Alexander-Arnold to join Real Madrid 3 weeks early. And it's an absolute madness, he said, that Liverpool have agreed a brilliant deal to get 10 million euros, 8.4 million pounds, to allow Trent Alexander-Arnold to join Real Madrid. They will announce him this week. He said, "I thought that Liverpool wage saving would be enough to encourage Liverpool to do a deal with Real Madrid, because they had no benefit from having him on the books for June, and they would have had to have paid him. But somehow, not only do they save the wages, but they also get 10 million pounds for Trent going to Real Madrid early." I guess the way to look at it is to say the manager really wants the player as soon as possible, and if they get it right at the Club World Cup, they can get a lot of the 125 million pound prize money. So that's why Real Madrid agreed for this deal, because with Trent Alexander-Arnold they have a bigger chance of winning the competition. There is no way that I would have done that deal if I were Real Madrid, Borsen said. I would have let the player have the summer off, let him relax, get fit for the new season. Instead, you got the internationals, then he goes off to the Club World Cup. He's probably not played very much since April, so he's probably in better shape than a lot of players. But the players that are playing in the Club World Cup have had no rest whatsoever. We know Real Madrid are going to go at least to the quarterfinals and probably the semifinals at least, So now they are not going to be finished with that tournament until July the 10th or something like that, at a minimum. The season starts 1 month later. It's absolute madness. So if I were them, I would have taken that opportunity. Instead, they doubled down on it and they want to get him on board very early. I'm very surprised, but it's a brilliant deal for Liverpool. It's a brilliant negotiation, brilliant from them holding their nerve, and they have been well rewarded for it. So yeah, congratulations to Liverpool on getting this deal done, because I think it's absolutely fantastic. And Andy Dunn, who is a chief sports writer at The Mirror, he's also saying that FSG are not playing around. They are very serious in the transfer window business. After signing Mamadashvili and Jeremy Frimpong, they are very close to confirming Florian Wirtz and Milos Kerkez. And Liverpool won't stop even after these transfers are completed. And he said, I honestly don't know how much love Liverpool fans have for FSG, and it's fair to say FSG have made a few mistakes, and I've been, very vocal in my criticism. But if they nail this transfer window, then that will give them a lot of credit and a lot of leeway. And FSG and Liverpool are delivering so far with this transfer window. Wirtz has everything it takes to be a truly elite player in the number 10 position, and his work rate and appetite for a duel is also beyond question. And Milos Kerkez and Frimpong are two of the most exciting fullbacks in the world football, and the squad could benefit from more pace, and Frimpong and Kerkez will certainly bring that. Tiredness was one of the factors behind Liverpool going out against PSG, because before PSG we had a 3-month period with no rest. We were playing every 3 or 4 days, so we were exhausted mentally and physically when we started that PSG tie. So if the movement in this first mini transfer window is any guide, Liverpool and Man City look like being serious forces in the market this summer. The difference is that such was Man City's drop in form. Guardiola is actually looking at a rebuild. Arne Slot is just strengthening the squad, both in numbers and in quality. A squad that is already very impressive. At the Liverpool trophy lifting party, FSG chairman Tom Werner said, "We owe it to all of our supporters to bring back a team even better next season." So that's what FSG are trying to do, improving the team even after winning the Premier League title. And yes, in this day and age, there might be no good or great owners. Some owners are just better than others. But at least Liverpool's owners seem true to their word. They are going to be an even more formidable force next season, and that's music to my ears. And yes, FSG have done a lot of mistakes, and we have been critical. I've been critical of them, but they are much better owners than the Saudi owners, the Qatari owners, the United Arab Emirates owners, and even the Chelsea owners, who are just spending crazy amount of money. Huge credit goes to FSG for running Liverpool like I think Liverpool should be run. My only concern was that they sometimes should have spent more money. When we won the Champions League in 2019, when we won the Premier League in 2020, we didn't do what we are doing right now and strengthening the team when we are on top. Thankfully, hopefully they learned from that mistake and now they are correcting it, and I'm all here for it. And thank you for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making it. Have a nice day. See you later, guys. Goodbye.